Chappell Roan, before anyone asks, is a musician who is rapidly gaining popularity in the industry right now, and we can tell that she is not handling it well. It's a jarring experience for her, and last week we got into this. She made a statement telling her weird fans to stop asking for her for pictures, stop trying to talk to her in public when she's not in work mode, and now she has gotten considerable pushback for saying these things. People are saying this is ungrateful, that she is egotistical for even thinking that she's famous. I mean, she is famous. That's an unfair thing to say.
I don't think she's egotistical. I think she's naive to think that you get to have both.
It's wanting your cake and eating it too. That's what kind of pissed people off. And she wants the benefits of fame, but not the drawbacks. So she has doubled down on all of these statements and gone even further. First of all, making this video that we are about to watch.
All I can think about now is like somebody calling her, put a girl on.
Put a girl on.
I love it so much.
Let's watch the video.
They go to get like an autograph and it just says put a girl on.
She's like, I'm done.
Okay. Here we go.
Thank you for reading how I feel. Thank you for listening. I've just said my piece. Now you know how I feel. When a woman is upset and says something, the automatic response is to be like, yo, chill. It's like, it's not chill. So I'm not gonna be chill. I want to throw fucking parties for gay people on stage. Like, that's my favorite part of this. And I want people to feel safe at my shows and feel like a community. I want to feel that way too. I love you. And love is not transactional. And I think you know that. I just thank you for your support. This has nothing to do with that. Thank you for understanding.
Nice mountain tea from the 90s. I had a whole collection of mountain teas. It's I wonder if she shops at like Plato's Closet or thrift stores. Can she go to a thrift store?
She can't even go to thrift stores.
She can't even go to a thrift store
so
anymore.
Famous. Yeah. I just think you can't tell your fans I love you and expect them to respond to that
on
normally.
My terms. I love you.
Like, I don't think that celebrities should be saying statements like that to people they don't know.
Yes.
Ultimately, you're creating the parasocial relationship and you're mad at the consequences of that parasocial relationship, right?
Yeah, my issue here is I don't think that even a lot of what she's saying is egotistical. I think it's just extremely naive. And when I see these types of situations, all I can think about is like, maybe there's a dynamic difference here between men and women, who men would take a more pragmatic approach to this type of thing and just understand that what you want might even be reasonable, but it's not going to happen.
So this wasn't all she said. She also posted a painfully long statement on her Instagram.
Happy for you, or sorry that happened to you.
Congrats, or sorry that happened. I'm not reading all that, but I am going to read all that truncated version. Here she said, I've been in too many non-consensual physical and social interactions, and I just need to lay it out and remind you, women don't owe you shit.
Okay, to be fair.
So we're starting off strong.
Men don't owe you shit either. Like, this isn't a gendered issue.
She is making it a gendered issue for no reason. To pretend that a famous celebrity like Harry Styles or Justin Bieber didn't face the same, if not more, intrusion into their private lives is delusional.
Justin Bieber would disagree with you.
Yes, of course.
Right?
I chose this career path because I love music and art and honoring my inner child.
I read that and I literally got a migraine from rolling my eyes into the back of my head so much. I was...
I do not accept harassment of any kind because I chose this path, nor do I deserve it. When I'm on stage performing, when I'm in drag, when I'm at a work event, when I'm doing press, I'm at work. In any other circumstance, I am not in work mode. I am clocked out. I don't agree with the notion that I owe a mutual exchange of energy, time, or attention to people I do not know, do not trust, or who creep me out just because they're expressing admiration.
Because she's doing it right now. Is she a lol cow? She's a lol cow.
She is quickly turning into one, and it's sad because she does have talent and doesn't need to be doing all this.
It's funny because I think of like WWE and how they would talk about the, you know, in a business where it's not an actual competition. It's just entertainment that looks like competition. Who you make your champion actually comes with a lot of thought from the business side of things, meaning when they travel, it has to be somebody who can be a great representative of the brand. Right. So they have to be able to go out in public, and people want to, want a bit of their time, and they want to get photos, and they want to, to be able to get close to these people, and how you represent the company matters. I suppose it's a little different when you're your own artist, but you're representing a label, I'm sure.
For sure. She's also representing herself as a performer, and that matters.
My issue here is that it's not about what you're owed or even what the fans think that they're owed. It's this weird misunderstanding of what business is and the consequences that come from the career path that you've chosen, right? It's a very utopian idea to think that you get the money, the fame, all of the accolades, all of the adulation, but none of the downsides that come with that. That doesn't make the downsides right, but I think that there might be a gendered line here where guys might be better at just understanding that the world isn't fair. Choices have consequences. You have to give up something for something you want more. If you want fame, you give up privacy. If you want privacy, you give up fame. You don't get to have it both ways.
Right. And I would be a lot more understanding of what she's saying here if she were someone who rose to fame at 16 instead of 26. If someone that young who is still not sure of their own identity as a person is launched into that level of fame and notoriety and stakes are raised on them, I expect them to falter and not understand what's going on. But this is an adult woman who has been working toward this breakout moment for years upon years. And she finally gets it, and it doesn't sound like she's capable of handling it.
Did you get to the part about predatory behavior disguised as superfans?
Not quite yet.
Okay.
She said, women do not owe you a reason why they don't want to be touched or talked to.
Men don't either, technically.
This has nothing to do with gratitude and love I feel for my community, people who respect my boundaries, and the love I feel from every person who lifts me up and has stuck with me to help the project get to where it is now. I'm specifically talking about predatory behavior disguised as superfan behavior that has become normalized because of the way women who are well known have been treated in the past. Do not assume you know a lot about someone's life, personality, and boundaries because you're familiar with them or their work online. If you're still asking, well, if you didn't want this to happen, then why did you choose a career where you knew you wouldn't be comfortable with the outcome of success? Understand this. I embrace the success of the project, the love I feel, the gratitude I have. What I do not accept are creepy people being touched and being followed. This situation is similar to the idea that if a woman wears a short skirt and gets harassed or catcalled, she shouldn't have worn the short skirt in the first place. It is not the woman's duty to suck it up and take it. It is the harasser's duty to be a decent person, leave her alone, and respect that she can wear whatever she wants and still deserve peace in the world. This is the craziest part. She even told her fans that they are no longer allowed to refer to her by her legal government name. Only by her stage name. I want to love my life, be outside, giggle with my friends, go to the movie theater, feel safe, and do all the things every single person deserves to do. Please stop touching me. Please stop being weird to my family and friends. Please stop assuming things about me. There is always more to the story. I am scared and tired. And please don't ever call me Kaylee. I feel more love than I ever have in my life, but I feel the most unsafe I have ever felt in my life.
Shut up, Kaylee.
There is
Kaylee.
There is a distinct lack of understanding. Like, maybe this is a gendered issue. There is this inability to accept that the world is what it is and works the way it works. And there is this constant, unbelievably naive railing against it that makes no sense to anybody who's been an adult for any period of time, right? So her point about the short skirt, however true it may be, that it should be that way, we understand that that's not true. If a huge fat dude walks down the road with no shirt on and he gets made fun of by a bunch of people, you understand that, is that nice of those people to do that? Should they have done it? No. But that's the way the world works, okay? It's not right. It's not okay. But that's the way things are. There's a lot, the statements like the most powerful thing you can say in the world is, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Right?
I
Like
love that so much.
it's a coping mechanism that goes a long way in helping you deal with the things in life that you wish weren't true but are. And I think that there's, again, a very utopian idea as to how her life is going to be, but you can't do that when the choices you've made run completely in conflict with it. Even if she's right, stan culture, being what it is, promotes this type of behavior. She benefits the most from stan culture, her especially, because they lean into things like drag. Into people who play characters like that.
And making pop music for lesbians, which is her entire brand.
Yes. So you don't get to lean into that demographic, appeal to it, and then say, whoa, hold up. I don't want the stuff that's bad. I only want the stuff that's good. I'm not even saying she's wrong. I'm saying she's naive, and life is going to be long and arduous if you don't learn to accept some things quicker.
Sometimes it be like that.
Yeah.
So what's most ironic here is it's from the same crowd that's always clamoring for LGBT representation. And then once an LGBT artist, a gay icon, if you will, actually hits the mainstream and starts blowing up, they're crying about how they wanted to just stay gay famous. They wanted to stay subcultural because it comes with less consequences. But, you know, nobody's going to feel bad for you. You got a huge deal from a record label. You're getting coverage all over the media. You've got, you know, the tour and the photo shoots and the interviews. Maybe people don't understand the downsides to that because they're never going to experience it. But to compare it to sexual harassment is also quite jarring and bold choice. I think that it is weird for people to go up to a stranger and ask them for a hug. Yeah,
absolutely.
But what you're doing for a living is weird. Like, to put it frankly, what you're doing for a living is weird, and it comes with weird circumstances like that. Accept it or don't. I guess what she's saying is she's cool with alienating herself if it means, you know, living her truth.
I would never want to be famous in that way. It sounds awful, but she made that choice, right? Like, look, she has ideas that, like, it's kind of like you see where it's like this path forward. Where it's like, now you understand how they become communists. They have ideas that completely fail to jive with actual human behavior and don't take into account the way that humans interact. Right? Like, sounds great on its preface. Everyone gets to get along. I get to do my job and make my art, and everybody respects me as a human being, and I get all my private time and nothing bad ever happens. Sounds fantastic. Not how the real world works. Unfortunate, but true.
She added, I'm not afraid of the consequences of demanding respect. Just to let you know, every woman is feeling or has felt similar to what I'm experiencing. This isn't a new situation. If you see me as a bitch or ungrateful or my entire statement upsets you, baby, that's on you. You gotta look inward and ask yourself, wait, why am I so upset about this? Why is this girl expressing her fears and boundaries so infuriating?
I don't think she's a bitch. I think she's naive.
Yeah. Fair enough. And I think it is also a bold statement to say every woman feels this way when she's in a very unique situation that most people will never experience and probably don't want to experience.
Yeah, but it gets women on her side when posting
she's making it a social issue.
She understands that it's a social issue for her.
But people
now.
were making comparisons to Christina Grimmie. Now, if any of you weren't familiar with her, she rose to a lot of YouTube fame in the early days.
Early
2010s or like late 2000s.
Late 2000s.
She was definitely on track to become a mainstream musician.
It was weird. She went on The Voice after she was already famous. Like, she was already a big name artist at that point and had moved beyond covers and was making her own music. And she was killed outside of a concert
by a super fan, basically, an insane stalker super fan. She was shot dead at a very young age, and she before that was on track to become even more successful. But people were bringing this up as a justification for everything that Chappell Roan just said, and that's valid. Like, yes, stalking is wrong. Obviously, nobody supports that, but you're equivocating it with people who are asking you for selfies at the coffee shop. Like, it seems tone deaf, and like you said, it seems naive.
That's my argument to all of this. It always seems naive. So it's the same thing that when people make arguments about why things in their life are going wrong and they can't do better. My favorite example being like, I'm fat because my food is poisoned. I'm like, okay, that's probably true. What are you going to do about it? Because other people have found ways to handle it, right? The world sucks. And a big part of being an adult is learning to handle the things that we are all dealing with in our own way. Her struggles will be different from mine, which will be different from yours, which will be different from somebody watching the show. Focus on the solutions for yourself and don't outwardly expect the rest of the world to fall in line with your requests, because that's not the way the world works. Grow up.
Chappell, Roan, if you're watching this, there's your uplifting message.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching. Listen to full episodes of Pop Culture Crisis on Spotify.
Keep up with us on social media and make sure you subscribe and ring that bell so you never miss the show. Bye, guys.